It was really another good day for Sunday. Hit another round robin here. Josh Lau and Manny Machado. Tony didn't unfortunately come through, but we cashed another one today. That's 5 wins this week, as the thumbnail says. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 hits this week here in the Discord. Um, we got some good wins today. Yeah, I saw Will Dees here. He tailed the round robin. He had some nice wins. So we got a winning slips page here in the Discord. As you see, Doobie here hit a lot of singles on Sunday, so he did really well. Yeah, singles and round robins are definitely the way to go. You can also run two mans if you want, but yeah, whatever way that earns you money. CC here hit a three-man, Caminaro, Schwarber, and Pete Alonso, so that's a really nice one. And then let's see what we also had. Okay, so these would have been Will's picks from on Saturday. He had some nice wins here also. So yeah, everyone just post their slips here and the Discord for like the parlays and stuff. Uh, we share and we want everybody to win in here. So hopefully we could continue some wins for Monday, which the slate does look pretty good. Model percentages I'm liking for Monday slate. So uh, I'm thinking it's actually going to be a pretty good day. So baseball season's starting to definitely heat up as we're going towards the All-Star break. So let's just keep it rolling. All right, White Sox and Orioles. Shane Baz, the home run giver upper, or who likes to, against Burke. Burke's given up 11, and Baz has given up 9 home runs on the season so far. Mirakami still on the IL right now, so he won't be playing, but this is going to be a pretty good game to target, actually, especially Miguel Vargas here. Definitely like him this game for the White Sox. And I like Pete Alonso against Sean Burke here. So we'll check out some odds. So Pete Alonso is going to be plus 285. So the books definitely like him for this game against Burke. And then Miguel Vargas is priced at 340 here. So this definitely be a pretty good game to target. The first game of the evening for Monday's games. And the weather for Baltimore, wind will be blowing out here, plus 4% model percentage, and then it's going to be blowing out about 2 miles an hour. So, I mean, not very strong, but it doesn't matter here. I mean, look at the temps. We're actually going into a heat wave for the Midwest, actually, until I think they said Thursday evening. So we're going to have some hot ball games this week, that's for sure. So next game, we're going to go to Pirates. Well, actually, Pirates and Phillies. So Nola likes to give up a lot of home runs, so this will be another good game to actually target. So we got Brandon Lau, who I definitely like against Nola for the righty versus lefty matchup here. So I'm definitely taking Lau for this game at plus 280. And then if Ozuna would be a good long shot here. He's not posted yet, but take a look for him later on today. I'm posting this at 1 o'clock in the morning. So look at him maybe later on today, see if his odds are priced on here. But yeah, he'd be a good long shot. I'm sure his odds aren't going to be low like this. I'm sure they'll be like plus 700 or something. But I like Lau here. And then as far as any Phillies against Braxton Ashcraft's been decent so far this season. But I don't mind. You could take Schwarber for that righty versus lefty matchup. And then Harper. Marsh has kind of been I see how Ashcraft is against the Phillies here. Let's check it out. So yeah, Schwarber's already, he's 2 for 3 off him. So yeah, like I already mentioned before I even looked at this, go ahead and fire him up. And then Brandon Marsh 0 for 3. Bryce Harper's 3 for 3. So I mean, better versus pitchers always sample size. Yeah, you want to also look at if they've been hitting as well. So you can probably play maybe a Schwarber Harper 2-man for this game. I wouldn't mind it. Especially the books don't mind it either. So Schwarber Harper for the Phillies, and then Lau for the Pirates, and then Ozuna for a long shot if he does play this game here. And then the weather for the Phillies game shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, 81 degrees. Plus 23%. So they're expecting. I wonder what the over-under for this game is. Over 8.5. So there will be a few home runs this game, I'm sure, at 6:41 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. Moving on to Detroit and Yankees. Casey Mize has actually been decent this season. So it shouldn't be too bad of a game. Weathers is giving up 16 home runs on the season. Check out some odds here. But I do like Dingler for the Tigers here at plus 420. And then I know Torque hit on Sunday as well. So you could take him for the back to that righty versus lefty matchup. I don't mind. All right. So yeah, I like Dingler and Torkelson here. Torque's at 340. But the Tigers are iffy, right? So, I mean, I don't know if they're going to even find their way back to 500 this season. Hopefully they do, but I was talking about in the Discord how Scoobs will probably be dealt at the trade deadline. I wouldn't be surprised. But for the Yankees, let's see here. You can go Ben Rice. As far as anybody else for the Yankees, Chisholm got ejected on Sunday. I don't know. You could just take Rice at plus 220. So Rice for the Yankees and Torque and Dingler for the Tigers here. And then as far as that weather for that game, Yankee Stadium's always a good stadium to bet home runs. Wind blowing out, plus 11% chance. Model percentage, 9 miles an hour wind. I thought I missed a game for a minute. All right, New York. Well, did I? Okay, I didn't. I thought I did for a minute. All right, we got the Mets against Toronto. So this game will be played in a dome. Don't like betting against E Savage too much. If you're a frequent listener of the YouTube, you already know that. To be honest, this isn't my favorite game to bet. I probably won't bet anyone from this game, but if you do want anybody, I mean, Soto's kind of. When's the last time Soto hit? Yeah, I mean, no one's really hitting for the Mets. And then against Sean Manaea, you know what? Let's just skip this game. I don't like it. We'll skip that. All right. I don't like that game. I'll be honest with you. Moving on. Washington against Boston. This game I do like. Let's see if I can exit out of that. All right. Because Miles McCullough is on the mound. All right. So remember when McCullough is pitching on the mound, they start off with a bullpen pitcher. They'll pitch like 1 or 2 innings, and then McCullough will come in. So don't freak out saying, "Oh, they changed the pitcher." Now what ESPN will do, they'll show McCullough is going to be on the mound in like an hour or two before the ball game. They'll switch it out for the bullpen pitcher. So that's how they do that. But anyways, McCullers has given up quite a few home runs on the season, 16 at that. So I do like Wilson Contreras here for Boston. I think I saw a thing that, okay, maybe not. But yeah, I like Wilson Contreras here. Fenway's not my favorite ballpark, but I mean, this is his home park, so he knows where to hit it. So I don't mind that. And then let's see if he's on here before I even mention him. Yeah, he is. Caleb Durbin is my long shot. I like him as a long shot for this game here. Caleb Durbin at plus 900 odds. And then let's see if I like anybody else against McCullers. I mean, you could fire up. I think Duran had a walk off in that game against the Yankees. I didn't finish watching it. Let's check it out. Where's it at? There it is. Yeah, this was the Sunday night baseball game. Yeah. Duran won it for him. Was it a home run? Oh, it was just a single. Okay. It was just a single. That's all it was. I thought he walked it off on a home run for a minute. But anyways, yeah, I don't mind Duran here or Abreu, but Contreras is my top pick. That's the only Red Sox I'm going to take. And then Durbin as a long shot here if he plays. And then as far as anybody against Ranger Suarez, you could take Curtis Mead. Mead's my favorite here for the Nationals. He's at plus 600 odds. So Contreras and Durbin for the Red Sox, and then Mead for the Nats. Fenway Park. Wind blowing right to left here. Is there a model percentage? Yeah, minus 9%, because it is Fenway. Yeah, that's it for that game. Next game, we got Texas and Cleveland. So on here, they got Winston Santos. Who do they have on ESPN here? So it looks like Tyler Alexander. He usually pitches how many innings? Yeah, 1 inning a game. So it looks like he'll be pitching first for Texas before Winston Santos comes in. Winston Santos. Is there much on him? I wonder if he's a call-up. Yeah, it looks like it. Option to Frisco Rough Riders. That was last year. Okay. Yeah, this might be his, looks like his first start. So, but yeah, he'll be going up against Cleveland here. And then Parker Messick, he's a lefty. He's given up 9 home runs on the season. So as for this game, I don't mind Corey Seager here. He's been hitting home runs periodically. I think he's got 2 home runs over the last 5, and I think he's actually got one off of Parker Messick. I might be wrong. Let's check it out. I at least thought he did. Yeah, he's 1 for 3 off him. Kyle Higashioka's got 1 off him too, but Higashioka's been kind of cold. And he's only got 5 home runs on the season. So if you take him as a long shot, let's see what his odds are. Plus 630, but I'm not going to take Higashioka. I like Durbin more and Ozuna as long shots. But yeah, I like Seager here at plus 400 odds. And then Jake Berger Yeah, I like Jake Berger here. And then, as far as Cleveland Guardians, I would take. I don't know. Guardians haven't really been hitting. So, yeah, I'm not taking any Guardians this game. I like Berger and Seager here for the Rangers. That's all I would take. I'm not taking Guardians this game. And then this game's played in a dome as well. So, like, when you click on wind, well, is the game in Texas? I thought it was. Oh, it's in Cleveland. So, wind blowing in at 5 miles an hour. What they got in model percentage here? Plus 6%. Oops, I didn't mean to hit the back button here. All right, moving on. We got Cincinnati and Milwaukee. So Nick Liddell, we got two lefties on the mound against Robert Gasser. Again, this isn't really a top game to bet. Let's take a look here. Oops, I went too far. So Nick Lodolo against Gasser. And this game will be played. Where's this game played at? Milwaukee, which is a dome. So they might have the roof open. That's why it's showing the wind. So they'll probably have the roof opened here in Milwaukee. So for this game, not my favorite to be honest with you, but you could take Sel Stewart. Suarez hit on Saturday, but probably Sel Stewart's my favorite here for Cincinnati at plus 330 odds. And then as far as any Brewers, I would probably go Cheerio. But not my favorite game on this slate here at plus 430 odds. All right. San Diego against Chicago. So this should be kind of a home run fest for this game. If I can find it. All right, there it is. All right, so Shota has given up 20 home runs so far on the season in 11 starts. So I'm sure there's no home run odds yet for this game. I'm surprised about that. But for this game, I love Machado again. He's been hitting the ball really well, actually. He helped us win that round robin for Sunday's later afternoon slate. So I do like Machado. I can't select the odds right now. For the Padres. And then it looks like Canning's going to start for the Padres here. So I like Pete Crow. You could take Bush if you want also. Pete Crow and Bush here. So Machado for the Padres, and then Pete Crow and Bush for the Cubbies. Next game, we're going to Minnesota and Houston. So Zebby Matthews against Peter Lambert. Check this out. Houston just won a big series against the Tigers. They won that series 3-1. And Jordan's kind of been cold, so, I mean, I don't even like him for Monday's slate, so I'm not going to take him here. Honestly, to be honest, I like Paradis the most here against Zebby Matthews for the back-to-back. So you could take Paradis. His odds are at plus 430. And then Paradis. I mean, if you want, you could take Gordon, but I'm laying off him until he gets going again. Yeah, I would only take Paradis here. And then as far as anybody against Peter Lambert, check out his splits. He gives more home runs to righties here. Peter Lambert does. So you could fire up Buxton. No wonder why his odds are at plus 200. Yeah, I would only do Buxton here for Minnesota. So Buxton for Minnesota and Paradis for Houston are my top picks for this game. And then that game's played in a dome as well. Let's see if they got the roof closed. Yeah, roof's closed. All right, next game, we got Miami against the Colorado Rockies. So Sandy Alcantara likes to give up home runs. So, yeah, I don't mind firing up Goodman against Sandy Alcantara here. Okay, there's no home run odds yet for this game. So, yeah, Goodman's here, and then Moniak for the Rockies. And then as far as anybody against Sean Sullivan for the Rockies, who is on the mound, he's a lefty. He's giving up 3 home runs. Hicks is still out. Yeah, he's just still says waiting MRI results as of 6 days ago. So, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I'm not taking any Marlins. So I would just go with Moniak and Goodman here for the Rockies. Goodman's my top pick though. Next game we got the Dodgers and Athletics. I'm not betting against Gage Jump here. I know it is the Dodgers, but I mean, last time he started and I did my video, I was right about it. So, like we mentioned in the Discord, he's like an ace right now. So he hasn't given up any home runs yet in 35 innings pitched. So, but I will take some Athletics against Eric Lauer. I do like Muncy for the Athletics. He's my top pick here. So Max Muncy and then Shea Langeliers are my top picks here for the Athletics for this game. Okay, they got home run out. Wow, plus 186 here. I wonder what Max. Okay, Max Muncy's 470. So they're definitely expecting Shea to go for Monday's slate. And then I bet the model percentage is going to be high here. Yeah, plus 38%. I figured as much. And that Miami and Colorado game looks pretty good as well. All right, moving on to Angels and Mariners. So as far as this game goes, let's check it out. I don't think I like this game that much either. I don't even like the stadium. I'm not going to take this game. I'm not taking anybody for that game. Yeah. Plus the Mariners haven't really been hitting in. Mike Trout's still out for the Angels as well. So this last game on the slate is San Francisco against Arizona. So we got Tyler Mahle against Eduardo Rodriguez. So there should be a few home runs for this game. What's the over-under for it? Over 10.5, yeah. Oops, that's the wrong game. That's the Dodgers game. Over 7.5. So for this game, I like Marte here against Tyler Mahle. He's given up, 11 home runs on the season so far. So I like Marte here, and then Corbin Carroll. Let's see what their odds are. I like Marte more than Carroll, though. Let's take a look. So Marte's at 330, and then Carroll's at 370. And then as far as anybody against Eduardo Rodriguez, I mean, he's been pretty good. I think Schmidt's still out. Yeah, he's still out. He's day to day. Is he in the expected lineup here? Yeah, he is. I don't mind Smith here. He's my top giant. And then you can go Adamas here. Chapman hasn't hit in a minute. So I like Smith first and then Adamas second here for the Giants. All right, we're going to go over my top 5 home run picks for the slate. So we're going to go Brandon Lowe as number 1 here. So Brandon Lowe, and then we're going to go Manny Machado as number 2. If we can find Manny Machado here. Oh, that's right. They didn't have him posted. So Manny Machado's number 2. And then Isaac Paredes is number 3 for Houston. And then number 4. Let's see if I can find my sheet here. Will be Max Muncy against for the Athletics. Let's see if I can find him. Yep, Max Muncy for the Athletics. And then we're going to go Miguel Vargas for the White Sox to round out my top 5 for Dinger Monday or Moonshot Monday, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I like Vargas a lot against Shane Baz. So that's my top 5. I just can't select Manny Machado right now. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. All right, comment your top home run pick, who you're taking today, and appreciate everybody's support. And we'll look forward to talking to y'all later in the Discord. It's on my channel to subscribe to the Discord. The link's in there. And then appreciate everyone and hope everyone has a good day. All right, chat later.